Two things can be true, but I don't know if these specific two things are true. Charlotte Tilbury said something along the lines of nobody can dupe her products, okay? Also, Zendaya's makeup look is almost entirely made of Charlotte Tilbury. So, in today's video, I am going to see if I can recreate Zendaya's Odyssey makeup look on dark skin using brands that are not Charlotte Tilbury to see whether or not we can actually, you know, get it together. I will also give you different recommendations for some of the products that I'm using because I wanted to use certain specific things, but I can't find it. So I picked other things to use and I will give you those things I can't find, like put on the screen somewhere for you to see, okay? So if you want to see whether or not I can recreate Zendaya's look on dark skin using products that are not from the brands that they used, then keep on watching. Get out. Now, if you are new to my channel, my name is Ohemaa. Welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, hey. Whoever watched my last video, apparently I was supposed to use this finger. Listen, it was all because of you that I was able to blend. Do you see that? Do you see this? I also picked up Block Party from the Dough, and it actually has a stronger hold. I will try not to yap too much so we can get through this as quickly as possible because I need to be done with this like ASAP. Okay, honey? Let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, I do want to have a bit of a glowy skin, but I also want my pores filled in, so we're going in with the E.L.F. Poreless Putty Primer, the liquid Poreless Putty Primer, and I use my primers. Okay, if you're new here, I use my primer, so don't be shocked. The look I feel like is more along the lines of a glowy skin look, so I want to stick to that theme. I want to have a very hydrated looking base. Next, we're going in with the Yummy Skin Glow Serum, and this is the shade Main Squeeze. I mean, I know you see how much more of that glow it brought back into my skin. Like, I don't have to do too much. It's gonna look good. This is literally a transforming brush. You have 3 different pieces, but you're getting 4 brushes. Of course, you can use these 2 for your brows. You can use these 2 for your eyes. So I'm going to actually assemble this. Avengers Assemble. And just like that, I have like a brush to use. I'm gonna use this side for my under eye and color correcting blending, okay? For that, I will be using the E.L.F. Halo Glow in the shade 8.5. We're taking the contoured side of the brush to blend the under eyes. This product is so versatile. Like, if it matches your skin tone, you can use it as a skin tint type of a product. And if it matches like the lighter parts of your face like mine, you can use it to color correct all your hyperpigmentation. And if you give it a little bit of time to dry, like, it just blends in so seamlessly. Okay, I have been using this foundation for the past 3 weeks and I traveled with it and I've been using it, and I actually haven't done a dedicated video on it. This is the Makeup Forever Skin Balancing and Perfecting Foundation. This is the shade 477 N Mahogany. I like this foundation because it actually looks really, really nice on the skin. And I will be blending it in with the complexion transforming brush. Okay, her under eyes are slightly brighter, but they're not completely too bright compared to the rest of her face and her under eye. So we're going in with the Black Radiance Concealer. This concealer is literally one of the most underrated concealers in beauty right now. It is so beautiful. I'm going to lay down the groundwork for our bronzer. We're using the Rhode Pocket Bronze. Okay, I'm going to use the Fenty Pro Filter in the shade 460. Just a wee bit of it on the inner corner of the eye. And also, she has a very lifted outer eye look, so we're gonna do that. And I will try to balance in my setting powder to kind of sort of match the shades of the concealer that I'm using, okay? Because I'm using the same brush to blend this, the lighter concealer is not going to take over the look. This base! This is what we got, but I'm going to go over the outer corners of the concealer we just put down with our foundation brush, just to make sure that we cover any lines of demarcation to blend everything into the skin seamlessly. Okay, the other side of the brush we use for our concealer is going to be our nose contour brush, and I'm just blending the outer edges. This is perfection. I love it. It's so soft, so fluffy, and just the perfect nose contour blending brush. What is happening? I forgot I have one that's actually a contour brush. So let's go into that and use this side for the contour because it's gonna give me a more controlled blend. And her bronzer and contours in the video are very subtle, so we're gonna try to go for that subtle bronze tour look. Okay, I have to remember to blend the jaw one because sometimes I be forgetting until like my makeup is almost done and I'm like, oh no, I forgot to blend something. Okay, ever since I used these Huda Beauty pressed powders, I haven't put them down. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hit pan very soon. I'm taking one side of our foundation brush to apply the powder, and I'm using that side because I want to have a very lightly blended in look. I'm taking the side I use to blend my nose contour to set my under eyes actually. Now we're taking the big side of our foundation brush and we're going to set the rest of the face because the under eyes need a more precise brush. Next we're going in with Cinnamon Bun, which is like slightly lighter but not too much, and we will just apply that to the under eyes just to brighten because she does have like a slightly brighter under eye, especially towards the outer corner. It's very lifted and very, very light. I'm not going to go as light as she did, but I'm going to do light for my skin tone. Taking an all-over face setting powder. This is the shade Whipped Cream from Juvia's Place. Okay, this side of the brush is very big, and I don't know that it would be good as a blush brush, but it's definitely good as an all-over face brush. Okay, her brows are very much on the natural, subtle side. They're also very straight across the top, so, I mean, Mama ain't got no brows. I can't trim it, but I could definitely try to draw it the way that her brows are. The front of it as straight as possible. They look almost straight, but not quite. And they are very wide in the front. For the brow cleanup, we're dismantling our little transformer here, and we're gonna use the brow brush. It's done. I'm gonna go on the tail end of it with our lighter concealer. Let's go ahead and just highlight only the brow bone. You see this? Compared to this. Like, it just makes the brow come alive. For her skin tone, she has something along the lines of like a bronzy type of an outer layer, right? And then the brightness is only from like, it's like a half cut crease that's extended down to almost like into the under eye situation. That's how I'm seeing it, or should I say that's what I'm seeing. I will actually switch my brush around and use this little rounded side. Okay, I'm going to use the rounded side of this to apply the cream products that I want to use. So I'm going to go into Defining Romance to try to build that bronzy look. I'm going into this shade. It's not the deepest shade in the palette. I'm also going into the cream one. And yes, it's not the deepest shade in the palette, but it'll definitely do for what I want it to do. I don't want the eyes to be too heavy. That's why I'm using the creams on my bare eyelids without like concealing or color correcting or anything, okay? If I need to, I can intensify it with the powders. And I'm also just dragging it up so that it looks like a wing. Oh, I'm using the shade Evermore as my deep bronzy, an outer corner. Okay, just like that. It's very, very, very subtle, okay? I'm going into Defining Neutrals palette, and we're going to the shade Core, okay? I'm using the creamy core first. I'm using the flat concealer brush, and I'm going to apply core to the middle part of the eye. Okay, so now you see why I did not put any concealer or cream products on my eyelids, because I was prepping them for the Danessa Myricks neutrals, or should I say Groundworks palette, because of what they look like. I really don't need to put any concealer or anything on the eyes. These are cream products that will blend into powder, but sometimes if I put like a concealer underneath it, it's just the actual colors don't come through, and I don't like that. I'm taking our big fluffy transformer brush, and I'm going to go in with this side. We're going into this very light shade, Sandstone. What we're going to do with Sandstone, the cream, is apply to the inner part of the eye, okay? And we're going to blend it in. Because it is a cream, it will blend in, but it also dries down like a powder, okay? So we're gonna blend that in. You have to remember that her eye shape is definitely different than mine, but the whole point is to have that bright under eye look. Let's consult the oracles to make sure our placement is at least mimicking her placement. Because I'm dark, if I use a white color, it's going to look entirely too Yeah, so definitely the shade Sandstone is what I need. This is what we got. We're still gonna blend the outer edges of everything out, so don't be alarmed. Now, everything we use, we're gonna go back into the powder versions of them and go over our, you know, creation with it. So I'm taking Sandstone first, and I'm gonna go over to intensify to make it look more smooth and powdery, and also to blend the outer edges out, because hers looks like it's blended into her skin, so we have to be able to blend it in. Okay, and also it looks like it goes onto her eyelids a little bit. We're going to take the brush that we use to set our under eyes. We're gonna blend all around the edges of this so that it looks seamless and blended into the skin, and also the outer edges of the eye so that we don't have any lines of demarcation. Okay, we're taking powdered Empower and going over Empower to set it some more, and also to define the outer parts of it. It doesn't look like she has an actual like liquid liner on, I know, but some of us need a little bit of help, so I'm gonna just put a little bit of an eyeliner on. Not a wing per se, but like something very little. I do want to intensify my Kofuna blonde. I love it, I love it. Okay, we're gonna go in with the mascara, and Salon Perfect also sent over the perfect lashes for this look, so excited. This is an eye look without falsies. It's gorgeous, it's stunning. Absolutely doing exactly what it was made to do. These lashes, I know these lashes look exactly like Zendaya's lashes, and I feel like Salon Perfect intentionally made this lashes specifically for this, but I don't know how they could have done that so quickly, because this came to me before the Odyssey launch, and tell me these lashes are not perfect for this look. Let's see what it looks like on. They're the number 659. They are very small. Look how skinny this band is, like practically non-existent. Okay, and I do have a challenge when it comes to very skinny band lashes, so I don't know how this is gonna go. Oh my god, they are the perfect lashes for this look. Oh, these are and the skinny band is actually a plus. These are my natural lashes, which are gorgeous with this look, but these are the spiky cluster. Very natural, very stunning, and the lash band being so skinny is like exactly what this look called for. Look at this. Okay, to get that more spiky look, I'm adding a bit of mascara to the spikes on here just to intensify them a bit. But believe it or not, lashes do look different on dark skin than they do on others. This is volume 2, and for me, I'll be using this shade today. Like, just tapping into it alone gives you a... Okay, maybe I only need volume 2 today, because my look does not need like an intense blush look. So volume 2 is definitely, it's not ashy. Okay, it's definitely a lighter palette compared to volume 1, but as you can see, the shade does not look ashy on my skin tone. It actually blends in beautifully. It's very subtle, and essentially it's exactly what I needed for today's look. It's definitely a gorgeous complement to volume 1, and I really feel like if I keep applying it, I will end up intensifying. I want to glow a little bit, so I'm gonna go into this highlighter over here, glow just a little bit on the highest points of the cheek and also on the brow bone, because who only glows on the cheek and not the brow bone, you know? Like, who does that? Definitely not me. Hey, I don't know what lip look to do, because her lips are very warm but also very natural to her skin tone, so I don't know. This is my finished look recreating the Zendaya Odyssey look. Let me know down below in the comments what you think. I did not use not one single Charlotte Tilbury product in this look. The skin is beautiful, glowy, absolutely stunning. The eyes definitely meets the mark, and listen, I knew if I put my trust into Miss Danessa Myricks, she was not gonna let me down. Now for the eyes, the palette that immediately jumped into my head when I saw her look was the Juvia's Place Coffee Shop palette, because it is one palette, has all the shades that you possibly will need in there. That's the one I wanted to go with, but I can't find my coffee shop. I will put every product I used down below in the description box, so absolutely look for it. Some of these products you see me use, I haven't actually done like a specific video on them, but I have been using them and I absolutely love it. My hair video is linked right before this video, so definitely check it out. And the blending video is also a short on my channel, so check that out as well. Let me know down below in a comment what you would change about this. I feel like I want to change the lips. If there are any other celebrity makeup looks that you want me to create on dark skin, just so you can know what it's gonna look like, definitely tag me or post it in the communities tab so I can see it. And let me know down in the comments what you think about this look. If you want to see more makeup looks from me, definitely subscribe down below and click that notification bell. If you want YouTube to know that you like this video, tap that hype button so that they can push this video out to everybody else. Thank you so much for watching. Love you lots, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Get out the way, who got a watch, who got the time, I'm racing the clock. Even in my feelings, grind don't stop. Got big dreams, want big rocks. I got plans, you got talk. Heard it's real cheap, but